If your homeschool days have been feeling a little overwhelming, repetitive, or you just need a little bit of encouragement, then this video is for you. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia from themissionfieldhome.com. And today I am actually going to be joining a group of homeschool moms to share books that have been life-changing, that have helped us in our homeschool and motherhood journey. I'm going to start off with homeschool books because this is primarily a homeschool YouTube channel. And the first book that I have is The Read Aloud Revival by Sarah Mackenzie. And this is a book that really helped me learn how to read aloud to my children because my children were very young when I read this, but she gives really good tips and encouragement on how to read even to like middle schoolers, high schoolers, and how to make it a family culture. The back of the book says, "You will never regret reading aloud to your kids. Connecting deeply with your family can be difficult in our busy technology-driven society. Reading aloud is one of the best ways to be fully present with your children, even after they can read themselves. In the Read Aloud family, you will find the inspiration you need to start a Read Aloud movement in your own house. Discover how to prepare your kids for academic success through reading to them. Develop empathy and compassion in your kids through books. Find time to read aloud in the midst of school, sports, and dinner dishes. Choose books across a variety of siblings, interests, and ages, and make reading aloud the best part of your family day." This is one of those books that really has helped me in that area. I tabbed it in the back, but she gives you book lists or book recommendations for children based off certain ages. So we have from newborn to 3 months or to 3 years, we have 4 to 7, 8 to 12, and then we have the teenage years. She also has a website where she shares a lot of resources for reading and just encouragement. And she has a YouTube channel. So I'm going to make sure to link all of her stuff down below because she's a really, really good resource to just look into and learn from. The next book is Homeschool Bravely by Jamie Erickson. And this is a book that really helped me see homeschooling as a ministry, as a calling, and not just, I chose to teach my kids some academics. In this book, she teaches you how to see homeschooling as a calling, as I just said. She helps you overthrow the tyranny of impossible expectations and guides you through the common bumps in the road, including how to juggle homeschool and parenting with toddlers at home. If you know, you know. Teach a struggling learner, plan with the ends in mind, accept your own limitations without feeling guilty, stay the course even in the face of criticism. This book helped me in that area because I did not have the support that I wanted at the beginning of our homeschool journey because not everyone understood why my husband and I chose to homeschool. We are first generation homeschoolers in our family. So no one understood why or what homeschool was. And I think to this day, people still question it. But we have learned, me specifically, because I was always shy on how to approach that conversation or how to respond to comments and questions. And this book really helped me find the support that I needed, one. And two, just, you know what, this is what we chose. This is the education that we chose for our children. And this is what we feel called to do. And yeah, she really does help you in that area. Okay, the next book is The Brave Learner by Julie Bogart. You probably have heard her name before. I believe she does have a writing curriculum out there. But in this book, she talks about how to basically just keep the love for learning alive in homeschool. Because if we're honest, homeschool can get very repetitive at times and sometimes even boring. Just being honest here. But she really does dive deep into just different things you can do in your home with your kids to just keep the momentum alive. Because if we are not intentional, and I think that's the key word, intention. If we're not intentional, things can go south very fast. Okay, moving on to motherhood specific books. The first book I have in this category is The Ministry of Motherhood by Sally Clarkson. I absolutely love Sally Clarkson and her teachings. She talks a lot about motherhood, about homemaking, and just home life. But in this book specifically, she encourages you to basically reset your mindset to motherhood is not a job, it is a calling. This is what you have been called to do. And she just talks about different ways that you can basically incorporate character building skills and just different things naturally into your everyday life here at home. Next, we have Boundaries with Kids by Dr. Henry Cloud and John Townsend. They have a series. I believe it's Boundaries with Teens and then just Boundaries. I know it's a couple of books. I'm going to link them down below for you. But this book helps you just teach your kids to have control, self-control in their lives. It teaches them discipline, teaches them how to set boundaries. It teaches you how to set limits for your kids as well. So it's a very good book if you are, whether you're early on in motherhood or parenting, or whether you have older kids already. It's a really good book to read if you are struggling in the area of boundaries, of discipline, of self-control in your house with your children. And finally, in this category, we have Mama Bear Apologetics. This was a book that was very popular when it came out. I don't know, I have not seen many moms or many women talking about it anymore, but this is a book that you definitely want on your bookshelf. This is apologetics. If you did not know what apologetics is just learning to defend your faith. And if you've been around this channel for a while, you know that we do teach our kids apologetics with a Bible curriculum from Answers in Genesis. And this book just reaffirms everything. This is a reminder. Stretch and fold. Sourdough starter. Sorry, guys. This is a reminder. Stretch and fold. Thank you, Alexa. Okay, so this is a book that you want to have on your bookshelf because it just reaffirms everything. Like in my house, it reaffirms everything that we've been teaching our kids. And it really digs deep into teaching your kids how to not believe the lies that are being told out there. This is just a book that helps you really teach your children to defend their faith, and for you as a mom to know what to do, how to do it, how to teach them to stand firm in their faith. Okay, we are almost done, but I do have a couple more books in this category. This is the everyday lifestyle, homemaking, home management category. First book I'm going to talk about is a book that I just finished, and it's Create Anyway, Creativity in the Margins of Motherhood by Ashley Gadd. And this book really helped me reignite my creativity as a mom. She talks about how you can still pursue your passions and your dreams in the middle of motherhood. She did it. She started off with a blog and now she's an author. And it gives you support and encouragement that you don't have to let all your dreams go to the trash just because you are in a different season of your life. You can still pursue those dreams and those passions and those desires in the middle of motherhood. So yeah, this is a book that really has encouraged me and really has reignited my love for writing and my love for YouTube. The next one is Cultivate by Lara Casey. I read this one a few years ago, and this one really did impact me because she talks about how to live an intentional life. You cultivate, and she references her garden in pretty much the entire book and how she had to be intentional with her garden. And she talks about how to embrace the season that you're in by finding balance in life and obviously just depending on the Lord at all times. This is a really good book. Just if you're trying to be more intentional, if you need to find or you need the inspiration to be a little bit more intentional in your life, this is a book you might want to look into. Another Sally Clarkson. I was just talking about this one, The Ministry of Motherhood. She also has this one. This is my all-time favorite book by Sally Clarkson. This is The Life-Giving Home, Creating a Place of Belonging and Becoming. She also has like a workbook that goes with this, and it's called The Life-Giving Experience. It's a book that talks about how to just make your home a sanctuary, a refuge place for your family to want to be in. And I absolutely love everything that this book offers. I loved having the workbook. I don't have it anymore, but I love having the workbook, the experience where you were able to write down and just really analyze, how am I making my home a life-giving home? How am I making my home a sanctuary for my family, a place that my family wants to gather in, a place where my family wants to be in? This is a really, when I say life-changing book, it really is a life-changing book. Habits of the Household by Justin Whitley Early. This book is not written by a mom. This book is written by a dad. So it gives you a fresh perspective, But as a mom, I feel seen. Okay. I feel very seen as a mom because this was a dad who wrote this book, and I have tabbed the heck out of this book because it just gives you ideas. And he talks about his own personal experiences in their home, but he gives you ideas on how to basically manage your home a little bit better with less chaos, with less frustration. It gives you just so many good ideas and a lot of encouragement. And one of the things he focuses on is obviously habits of the household. So the habit of dinner time, the habit of your nighttime routine, like establishing those habits so that your house runs smoothly. Yeah, if you're trying to just incorporate more habits, more routine into your household, and you find yourself that when you do that, you're feeling frustrated, you might raise your voice a little bit more, definitely pick this book up because he does touch on that topic about how creating routine should ease your frustration, not overwhelm you even more. It's a really good book, honestly. This is probably one of my favorite home management books, and one that I recommend time and time again. Holy Higgy by Jamie Erickson. She also wrote Homeschool Bravely. So I have two of her books. But this one is about creating a place for people to gather and the gospel to grow in your home. So it's more focused on hospitality. And I'm one that I did not enjoy having people in my house. If I'm just being completely honest, I never liked having people in my house. And then I read this book, and it really did help me want to open up my house more because I want people to feel at home in my home. It was the book that taught me that you don't really have to be extravagant or do so much in order to just show the love of Christ in your home. Now, when I have people over, it's simple. It's so simple. And before reading this book, I've always seen hospitality of, this grand thing. You invite someone home, you need to have like your home up to par. Dinner has to be like this elaborate menu. Like, my hospitality was all the way down before because I didn't want to have to overdo it. Now I have learned that you don't have to overdo it in order to have people in your house. Like, people want the real you, the authentic you. And sometimes that is with a messy house. Sometimes that is with dishes in the sink. Sometimes that is with the most simplest dinner ever. But the point is that when you have people at home, they feel the love of Christ. They feel the presence of God in your home. So this is a really good book for that if you're just trying to be better in the area of hospitality. And the last book, which is also one of my favorite books, is Having a Mary Heart in a Martha World. And again, tabbed, because this book it hit me in my heart. Say my microphone. It hit me in my heart because it talks about how to find intimacy with God in the busyness of life. And if you are a mom, if you are a homeschool mom, if you're home, even if you're a working mom, you know that finding that time with God is very, very difficult. For me, for example, I always used to try to have just the morning to myself. But having little kids, they wake up in the middle of that quiet time, and I would get very frustrated. And I'm not gonna lie, I would get very irritated when I'm just like, I just woke up, I'm trying to have time to myself, and my kids are already waking up. But this book really did teach me that you have to be intentional with trying to make time for the Lord in the busyness of life. That is it for my recommendations. I hope that this video blessed you and gave you some books that maybe stood out to you. If any of them did, let me know down in the comments which books you will be adding to your TBR list. Don't forget to check the list down below in the description box to find the other videos of the other homeschool moms that will also be sharing their recommendations. Make sure to watch their videos and show them some love. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you find yourself coming back to watch more videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.